The Nintendo 64 is a console that I love to play, and honestly, as you can tell behind me, I've got a ton of Nintendo 64 games, and growing a 64 collection can be cheap, it can be expensive, but I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the games that I enjoy playing that are in my collection. So what we're going to do is probably going to be a little bit different than how we normally do things. But what we're going to do is actually kind of look over my collection and talk about what games I love to play. And I'm probably going to skip over some of the ones that you obviously know about. You know, there's some high profile games like the Zelda games, Mario 64, GoldenEye, things like that I will probably mention, but I'm not going to dig into it. So if you are only looking for those games, this video is not going to be about that. This video is going to be about games, both big titles and small titles that I love to play and still love to play today. So those games that I mentioned are amazing games and I do love them, but I'm probably not going to go into as much detail because everyone talks about those and it's just not worth your time. So we're going to go ahead and move the camera around so we can look at these games and have some fun. So we're gonna start over here and work our way down. So I focus on this just for now. We'll move the camera around and do some cool stuff. Hopefully you enjoy this video. But I see all these games here that I want to talk about because I love these games. Now, first off, you've got 1080, which is an awesome snowboarding game. You got a few baseball games here. You got a few Army Men games. Those are pretty fun. You've got some racing games, like I said, there is a wrestling game, you got Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, those are well games, or I guess well games. Those are really good games that you should pick up. They don't cost that much, about 20-25 bucks, those are definitely fun. Then we've got a Batman Beyond, and then one of my favorite games that I found after I had my collection, and that's Battle Tanks. Battle Tanks is such a fun game. You basically drive around and shoot other tanks or buildings or whatever. You blow stuff up and it's a ton of fun. And so Battle Tanks is a game you should definitely have. There's actually two of them. I've got Battle Tanks and then Global Assault as well. And what I'm going to do is probably just put the games back down in front. I'm not going to worry about stacking them up because I don't want to waste your time. We've got Beast Wars, we've got Beetle Adventure Racing, which is a fun racing game. I wish the skins were a little different, like I wish they had different Beetles instead of just the one that's on this, but it's still a fun game. This is actually a much better game than I thought it was when I was younger. I thought this game was not that great, but playing it today, it's definitely a ton of fun and well worth it. Next is Blast Corps. This is an amazing game. You basically destroy stuff. That's the whole premise of this game. You smash things and you just have fun, and honestly, I think this is one that you have to have in your collection. It's just so much fun. Continuing on, we've got Blues Brothers. We've got some Bombermans. Bombermans is a fun game, but I don't think the 64 is the best for it. So I'll keep scrolling down. We got a Bug's Life, Bumblebuck, some okay games here. California Speed, not my favorite racing game, so I'm past. Then we get down to Conker's Bad Fur Day. Everyone knows I have to talk about this game. This is an amazing game. It's a ton of fun, and so I feel like this is a game that is, I was gonna say overrated, but I think it's adequately rated because it is an amazing game. However, everyone talks about it, and so this game is awesome. Just pick it up if you haven't. It is rated M for mature, so that's something that's surprising for a Nintendo game. And then let's talk about Cruisin' Exotica. Now, this is a game that I had as a kid and I loved it. The arcade, or the pizza place near me actually had the arcade, so I loved that. However, this game's not really all that fun nowadays, and really to me, none of the cruising games are really all that fun, so whatever. We've got Cruisin' World, Cruisin' USA here, Destruction Derby, an amazing game. If you haven't played this, you definitely should. It's so much fun. I love this. Smashing cars is just so cool. We didn't get anything like this before it, and when I did, I absolutely love this game. So awesome. Then we've got some good games. Under that, we got Donkey Kong 64. This is my first game when it comes to the Nintendo 64 because I got the Donkey Kong Jungle Green system as well. Totally awesome. You should definitely play this game if you haven't. Doom 64, basically a Doom game on the Nintendo 64. It's a ton of fun to play, honestly. Doom is a fun game however you play it. And then going down, you got Excite Bike, you got Duke Nukem. I skipped that on accident. Excite Bike, you got Extreme G, which is another racing game that's alright. You've got F-Zero X. It's not my favorite racing game either, but it's fun. You got FIFA 99, FIFA 64, and then you got Fighters, Destiny 2, Flying Dragon, Forsaken 2. You got Fox Sports. Then you got Gauntlet Legends. I skipped over those games because those games are just alright to me. Gauntlet Legends, this is a ton of fun. If you have the system and you haven't played this, you definitely should check this out because it is an amazing game and I absolutely loved it. What else do we got here? We've got Gex 1 and 2. We've got Glover. I said I wasn't going to talk about this game a little bit. GoldenEye is an amazing game. I have a bad copy. The back is actually ripped up. However, this is an awesome game. Whenever I had recently got back and played this after probably 2 or 3 years, and I forgot how good of a game this is. Usually I would just be like, is GoldenEye okay, but this is still an awesome game, and this game still stacks up to this day. So if you've got a 64, you know you have to play it. Nothing else to say there. I got Hercules, Hexen, Hey You Pikachu. Actually, 2 racing games that I love right here at the bottom, which is a pain, is Hot Wheels Turbo Racing. I love this game. It often doesn't get talked about when talked about racing games on the 64, and honestly that is a shame, and I think you should check this out because it is so much fun and I absolutely love it. And then Hydro Thunder. This is an amazing game. Everyone talks about this, and because of this and Wave Race, people talk about both of these synonymously. I think this is the better game, but that's just my opinion. It is still an amazing game. So is Wave Race. So pick this up if you haven't. It's cheap and a ton of fun. I got Jet Force Gemini. I've got Jeopardy, Killer Instinct, Kirby the Crystal Shards. This is an amazing game too. If you like cute platformers, this is one you should definitely pick up. It is starting to be more expensive, or is expensive. I don't know if it's starting to be. It's been expensive for a while, but it's definitely a fun game there. We've got some random games. Knife Edge. Haven't actually played that one. I should play that soon. Knockout Kings. NBA Courtside. I have NBA Courtside 1 and 2. I don't know why this... Oh, this one is NBA Courtside, or this is Kobe Bryant NBA Courtside, so that's why this is in the K. The other one is the same thing. I don't know why the second one isn't here. It's over there. I'll fix that, but this is actually a pretty fun basketball game. It's really realistic as you can get for the 64, and it's Kobe Bryant, so rip the legend, and this is a fun game to be playing. What else do we got? Lego Racing, Mace, Madden games. Those are alright. I'm not a huge fan of the Madden games on the 64. We've got Magical Tetris, we've got Ken Griffey Jr.'s, and last but not least on this is Mario Golf. I am a huge fan of Mario Golf games, and I definitely think this is well worth it. So if you're gonna, or I guess Mario Sports games I'm a huge fan of, and Mario Golf is well worth it. So if you like games like this, you should definitely pick this up because honestly, it's a ton of fun. Okay, so this video actually ended up being a little longer than I anticipated. So what I'm gonna do is actually make a 2-part video. We talked about this portion right here of my Nintendo 64 collection. We'll talk about this section in another video, part 2. Comment down below if you want me to make a part 2, and then I will actually create that if you do. If not, we just won't see the rest of my Nintendo 64 collection and what I think about it. But those are some amazing games, and I absolutely am a huge fan of the Nintendo 64. So I want to know what you think of the first half of my collection. Do you think I got some good games? Am I missing some? Did I make some mistakes that you think games are good, or other games that I said were good or bad? comment down below and let me know. I want to say thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification. That way you know and I post more videos, which is every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And one more time, thank you so much for watching, and make sure you have a good day.